All right, day 378. Camera's not working, but that's okay. Today, we are doing the same thing yesterday. We are seeing more deals coming on the market in Birmingham, adding to my BRRRR list. 716 Goldwire Way Southwest. This is in Birmingham, Alabama, 35211. Now, this property just came on the market 2 days ago, and with more 4 bedrooms, this is exactly what I want to see because this property is like pretty nice. Got recessed lighting, looks like new floors, some nice countertops, fresh cabinets. That deck looks pretty like in a pretty good shape, or at least they power washed it and restained it with lighter wood. Yeah, but the home looks pretty good. The home looks great. All right, so and there's a garage. So something for me to pay attention to is I want to go to my list in 35211, and I'm just going to start adding to it. Okay. If you remember what we typically do, right? For a BRRRR strategy, what you want to have happen is you need to have a property where you're all in cost. Let's say you're on cash purchase was 50 grand and you spend 20 grand renovating it to make it worth, let's call it 100 grand. In that situation, you would want to be on a 70 grand because, well, if you make it worth 100 grand, you can go get a debt service coverage ratio loan, refinance that out. And now all of a sudden you're going to be able to see that you are able to pull back out all your capital. And that same $70,000 can now be recycled, quote unquote, and be applied towards future deals. And that gives you a much higher velocity of your capital because you can just keep using it over and over and over, that same 70 grand to buy more and more property. So this is a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,006 square feet. Seems like a lot of the properties here in this area are like, so you see like the mid 1,000 square foot from 1,300 to 1,700 has been between $83 to $89 a square foot. This property, let's see when this was built. This property was built in 1966. It's being listed right now for $234,900, $234,900. And you see the price per square foot is, we just divide it. So you do equals your, what's the price divided by the square footage, and that's 119. This is listed 2 days ago, so October 10. So it hasn't been sold yet. Let's see if there's a lot size available from Redfin. Lot size is 5662, 5662. There is a garage. There is no basement, no HOA. Let's see what subdivision this property is in. I just go to the map and I just try to figure out, okay, where is it closest to? This is in South Titusville. South Titusville. And you can see that the other more expensive properties are in Oxmoor. Where's Oxmoor? Let's see on this map. 35211. Oh, that goes really far south. Oxmoor. Oh, that's really far out here. Okay. Well, good to know that it's really far south. That's why all these properties looks like they're all new builds there. So for this one, updated home, completely repainted with new flooring, painted or new cabinets, nice countertops, nice bathrooms. All right, so now that I got my details in here, I now know if I ever get a property that I can convert to a 4-bedroom, and that's in this neighborhood called South Titusville, I now have something to reference on what are the properties currently being listed at. But I gotta be sure, right? In order for you to get the perfect comparable sale property, right? What you're typically going to be doing is you're going to be looking at, well, if my property is 1,500 square feet and this property is 2,000 square feet, is that the same house? Probably not, right? It's a big, that's a 33% bigger difference, right? So you got to be careful. The perfect comp might just be, hey, same bedroom count, same bathroom count, same square footage, and it's literally the house next door with the same lot size. That's your perfect comp. Now, as you get further away from it, either the bedroom count deviates, your square footage deviates, the risk of that being an accurate comp goes higher, right? Because your confidence deteriorates as you go further and further to another neighborhood, maybe crossing a big intersection. So these are all the items that you got to keep in mind. That's why I like keeping the subdivisions here, so I can kind of quickly look at on my own list where are these properties and where should they belong on the subdivision. Okay, so now as we go through the underwriting piece, I'm going to go ahead and analyze this property while I'm here. Now, I already know this property is likely not going to cash flow because I just analyzed the deal yesterday and we saw that we needed to be like worth 100 grand as a 4-bedroom to cash flow. But let's see what the average rent is. Average rent here for 1.6 mile radius for 24 units with this 1.76 mile radius is $13.88. So I'm going to put $13.88 here, right in B16. This property is listed for $234,900, $234,900. I'm going to put that right over there. I got my taxes from Redfin. And again, you should always verify with your county assessor records first before assuming and closing. 116. And our homeowner insurance is going to be 182. I'm going to multiply that by 1.2 because I'm adding a 20% premium because we know that, guess what? Properties, our investment properties have a higher premium because insurance companies typically view them as higher risk. You should obviously close with insurance quote in mind, with insurance policy in place before you close, right? So you can just double check your numbers. Then I'm setting aside 10% of my rent every single month for maintenance, right? This is money that doesn't belong to me. I know I'm going to replace a roof at some point. I know I'm going to replace the HVAC, the water heater at some point. So this money doesn't belong to you. So don't be that person that underestimates their expenses and overestimates their profitability and lie to yourselves about how much money you're making. I got 10% for property management and I got 5% for vacancy. Okay, great. Now that I got these numbers in place, minus 543.64. Let's see, for my down payment in F19, I'm putting 20% down. And for my down payment amount in E19 is going to equal to my listing price in B4 multiplied by my down payment percentage of 20% in F19. That's how I get to 47 grand. At 2.5% for closing costs. And then for my renovations, this property is pretty much all set. So I'm just going to zero out some of these guys. I don't need those. I got 2 toilets I typically replace with higher pressure flush toilets. That's just my own thing. And then my landscaping expense is going to be row 46. And then in row 6, I got $1,500 for the roof, just in case there's any patching I need to do for issues that I cannot see. Okay. Now that I got all these items in place, I got my principal of $187,920. I got 7% for interest rate. And so this property is going to be assuming you rent it out for $13.88, you're going to be a negative cash flow, minus 543. 11.6%. That's a negative 11.6% return, assuming you bought this property for $234,900 with a $35 rehab, 25% down, and 7% interest rate. Now, watch what happens to this cash and cash return number as I lower my B4, right? This is the fastest way for you to figure out, hey, what will work in this market, right? Oh, that doesn't work. It's got 95 grand. There we go. For me to even get close to my 10% target return, again, this is not investment advice. I'm not soliciting any investments on this call. I'm simply showing you all the work I do every single day to get comfortable with the process and put in the reps. All right. 9.7 purchase price. That's assuming this property is being sold for $95,000. And now, eventually, you determine what your buy box is and also your feel for what constitutes a deal in your area. So if you can't get this property for 95 grand as a turnkey property, then it probably won't fit your criteria of 10%. Am I saying that 10% is the right amount for you to target? No. Some people just want to be break-even cash flow. Some people might even take a loss because they might be buying $1 million properties. And if it goes up by 5% every single year, guess what? They're probably making 50 grand. You think they care about $20 a month when they make 50 grand a year? Very different strategy, but that's why you have to understand what is your risk tolerance, what's your investment goals. You got to talk to your own investment professionals. And most importantly, you got to figure out whether or not you can mitigate the execution risk. Meaning, just because you put all these assumptions on a piece of paper, does that mean that the contractor is going to show up and do what they say they're going to do? I certainly hope so, but it's not guaranteed. And that's execution risk. What if they discover something behind the walls, right? And they just say, hey, that's going to cost you $20,000 more. Do you have the money to take that on? Does that blow up the deal entirely? I mean, those are the different situations that you have to go through, right? Run through the scenarios. We've gone through some on-market deals where we went through multiple scenarios from like tripling the rehab. You just got to look at youtube.com, look at my prior page. And if you go to youtube.com and go to live, you can just copy my homework, right? I've been going live for the past 378 days, and you can see multiple ways of how we analyze these deals. So you can put in the reps, practice yourself. And most importantly, I hope you guys copy my homework, right? Just go to affordablehousing.io, not .com, affordablehousing.io. Go to the Get Deal Analysis tool. Put in your name, your email, your phone number. That's the fastest way you get a copy of the spreadsheet. I didn't make these spreadsheets from scratch. I got it from a few other folks. I tweaked it. I modified it. I made my own numbers based on the markets that I was in. But you don't need to get this granular, to be honest with you. Sometimes you just do $1 per square foot, right? And just estimate it that way. Every deal is going to be different. Every market's going to be different. So don't take these numbers too hard and say, hey, all sinks cost $350. No, not even close. Not even close. So be smart about it. The whole point of this exercise is to build in reps, because look, when the time comes and a deal comes across your table and slaps you across the face, will you recognize that it's a deal? I certainly hope so. So I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll talk to you again tomorrow for day 379. Have a good one, everybody.